Hey everybody, it's John King, and I want to give you an interest rate and market update. I typically send these market updates quarterly, maybe even every 6 months. I sent one last week on Monday, and I'm doing another one today because things are moving very, very quickly. I would not be surprised if I give you another one next week. As the market continues to change, I want to keep you updated on the things you and your clients and your friends need to know about what's happening with the market and what's happening specifically with interest rates for mortgages. So I'm going to go brief overview in the beginning, and then I'm going to go into a lot more detail part after that part. So if you have a short attention span, listen up until I tell you I'm done with the overview, and then you can tune out. For those of you who want more detail about it, I'll explain it to you in the second part. Brief overview, here we go. Interest rates have completely disconnected from the stock market and completely disconnected from the 10-year Treasury. Normally, when Treasury rates go down, so do interest rates for mortgages. Normally, when the stock market has a bad day, it's a good day for mortgage rates. Since Monday, we have seen a huge increase in interest rates. Now, huge is relative. So last week I told you we had the best interest rates ever, absolutely hands down best I'd ever seen in my career. Now we're back to rates that we had maybe in mid-January to early February. So they're still great interest rates, but the truth is we were sometimes touching 2.9%. Now we're more like 3.5%. In a 3-day time frame, to go up by 0.5% in interest rate is absolutely unheard of. So people who got recently pre-approved, people who recently got a quote and were thinking about refinancing, the numbers are still good. They're not as good as what they were last week. Is it going to come back again? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. The reality is that the markets are in uncharted territory, and you can just turn on the news and see that things are happening right now that we've never ever seen happen before. So again, for the final point of my brief overview, interest rates are moving up right now this week. Again, it's Thursday, March 12th. Since Monday, interest rates have been moving up pretty significantly every day. We've seen probably 0.5%, in some cases even 1% increase in interest rates over the last 3 business days. That's a sizable increase, but remember, we're going off of all-time lows. So the sizable increase over all-time lows are still really, really good interest rates. All right, so for those of you with a short attention span, that's all you need to listen to. For those of you who want more detail, here's what's really, really happening. It's an issue of a couple of things. The first thing is supply and demand. There is way too many people trying to do mortgages right now, and the mortgage industry is overwhelmed. The mortgage industry cannot handle the amount of business that they are doing right now. Mortgage industry really could do 10 times the annual volume that they normally do this year, because 70% of the American public, with rates the way they were last week, really could have benefited from a refinance, and a lot of them tried to and started refinancing. That overwhelmed the system. We went from 30-day turn times on refinances to 90-day turn times on refinances, literally in 7 days. I've never seen that happen before. It is literally taxing the system, and the only way to slow the tide is pretty much every lender is using the basic economics of supply and demand. There is way too much demand for mortgages compared to the supply that we have available. Therefore, the prices go up and they're increasing interest rates. The second thing that's happening is mortgages are less valuable, because when mortgages are going to be sold, right now we're selling mortgages that we did locked in 2 months ago, that we closed a month ago, and we're selling them to Fannie Mae and Wall Street today. Well, those interest rates were higher 2 months ago. Wall Street does not want to buy them. Mortgage banks are losing money right now on loans that they had done 2 months ago, locked in 2 months ago and funded 1 month ago, and they're unable to sell the mortgages today. And the reason why is because that investor doesn't want to hold that mortgage. They're afraid in 6 months it's going to refinance and pay off because rates have been falling so fast. That's creating a problem where mortgages are becoming worthless or less valuable. And now the new mortgages that we're putting on the books right now that we're locking today, we're having the question of what are those going to be worth in 60 or 90 days when we go to sell them in the market, and are they going to have any value? That's making mortgages more expensive. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Mortgage rates going down created a problem with the value of mortgages that's causing mortgage rates to go up, both because of lack of supply or availability of resources to deliver on these mortgages, and the less valuable the mortgages are in and of themselves. I know that was pretty complicated. We're still going to see the stock market, literally we're in bear market territory, a 20% drop from the peak of the stock market that was simply a month ago. So you're seeing things move faster paced than we've ever seen them move. We're going to continue to see that. Volatility is the name of the game this year. So if you're in the market, you're buying a home, it's a great time to buy a home. Out of the last 30 years, only 7 years we've had interest rates below 5%. So it's a great time to buy a home. These are great interest rates. If you're thinking about refinancing and you like the numbers, do it, because who knows where it's going to go. All bets are off as far as what our expectations are down the road. If you are thinking about refinancing and don't like the numbers anymore, wait and pray. That's the only thing I can tell you, is hope that it gets better, hope that capacity opens up for mortgage banks, hope that we have an opportunity to give better interest rates again. I honestly don't know at this point. I've been doing this for 19 years. I pride myself in being a student of my industry. I can't predict what's going to happen today, let alone next week or next month. So I hope that you continue to get value out of the information I'm providing. I hope you look at me as a resource to help take great care of you, and just be aware that interest rates are doing things opposite of what you would normally expect them to do when we see other factors like the stock market having bad days and the 10-year treasury going down. Thanks for listening. If you made it all the way to the end, you get a cookie. Good job. Appreciate it. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.